Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Bob DeMaria with another episode of Ask Dr. Bob. Hi, Dr. Bob. I'm wondering if you have any suggestions for someone with diverticulitis, which is inflammation of the colon. You've been having a flare-up of it, and you thank me so much for that. So what do you do? Well, I have noticed over time food sensitivities. One man's passions, another man's poison. I just had a young lady that left. She was having some chronic health challenges. We suggested the FIT, F-I-T test for food sensitivities, and she was having a problem with egg whites. But what I have learned over time, there's what we kind of call cross-reactivity, that not only could it be eggs, but in her case, it could be chicken and poultry. She told me she eats a lot of chicken. So I made the suggestion she back off the chicken and focus on other forms of protein. So it's very possible. I know they tell people with diverticulitis not to eat nuts, but it's very possible you could have a food sensitivity that creates all of it. So I know that will make a difference for someone. Dr. Bob, I thought this might be a good general question, so I appreciate you, whoever sent this in for everybody else. For those of us in menopause who are transitioning into it, I recently learned excessive sweating could be a sign of heart problems in women. When is sweating a cause or for concern, and what's a normal hot flash? Thank you for your thoughts. Okay, now the adrenal glands are located on top of the kidneys. When the adrenal glands are functioning optimally, your body tends to be dry. When the adrenal glands are exhausted, a nervous system called the parasympathetic nervous system will kick in. So the adrenal glands are what we call the sympathetic nervous system. When they're exhausted, the parasympathetic nervous system kicks in. People tend to sweat more. The adrenal glands help absorb minerals in your body. So I have seen, because of technology, a lot of women will have a hot flash about 3:30 in the morning. That is when they have blood sugar stress. So you can't just use a hot flash to determine how your heart is doing. You might want to check C-reactive protein, homocysteine. You could have the omega test done. So there's a variety of tests that you could do to help navigate through this challenge that's occurring, especially when it comes to sweating. Hello, Dr. Bob. I was watching you the other day on television. You mentioned floaters. I have them for 4 years, and I mentioned about eating the carrot. I want you to create this disclaimer. If a floater, from my observation, is caused from a lack of vitamin A, carrots over time will help improve the vitamin A in your body. And I have seen floaters go away on so many individuals. The carrot is a starchy carb, so you want to be aware of that. I eat at least one medium raw organic carrot every day of my life. Dr. Bob, question in reference to thyroid disease. What causes free T3 and T4 to be low and not convert correctly? So T4 goes and becomes T3. Now, what interrupts it could be, from my experience, lack of zinc, too much cortisol, not enough progesterone, compromised colon, compromised liver. So with the product line that we use a product called Metastim, which has been designed to help support the conversion of T4 to T3. Last question, Dr. Bob. I just read how bad bread was and potatoes and rice for memory. That's horrible because I love all of these, so I know you're going to potentially a memory issue. Wheat and grains tend to take zinc out of the body. I wrote Dr. Bob's guide, Drugless Guide to Mental Health, where we talk about memory issues. Zinc's important for memory. In our practice, we look at a lab result called alkaline phosphatase. It should be 80. If your alkaline phosphatase is low, you may in fact have a zinc deficiency. Now there's all kinds of possibilities, but I'm just giving you one little nugget. You may consider to go to our website, get a bottle of aqueous zinc, do the zinc taste test to see if you can taste the zinc. There are other grains that you can look into that might not create so much of a distress, like maybe buckwheat or amaranth, but I would really stay away from eating a lot of grains every day. A lot of good insight here. I know this will make a difference. Pass it on. I'm in Westlake, Ohio, and in Naples, Florida.